Hey there, everyone. Matt here, and I'm looking at the new Rockstars reaction to the Boys Season 3 trailer. I missed this, but I went almost the entire week. The entire 3 weeks, 3 weeks, without even knowing that new Rockstars actually made a video to this. So, you guys know how much I love the Boys, and I'm really excited for Season 3 to come out. So,
welcome back to New Rockstars. I'm Whitney Van Lanningham in holy exploding meat suits. The Boys Season 3 just dropped a new trailer. Today, I'm going frame by frame to break down all of the bloody details. The trailer features a brand new song by Imagine Dragons called Bones.
Oh, that
the
is
lyrics repeat the words, "I'm losing all control because there's magic in my bones." Honestly, I thought we'd been watching these soups lose control, but this, plus all the bodily explosions in the trailer, promises that this season will blow the bloody doors off. The magic in my
it's funny. It's really funny, too. They, YouTube gave me such a hard time over this damn song. And I'm not even taking credit for it, but, I don't know what it is. YouTube is very, very finicky with songs that you use on here. And it's been a nightmare. I'm still fighting it. Even though I'm clearly, I've laid out all the legal requirements. Let's continue.
My Bones line is particularly interesting as it plays towards one of the biggest reveals we see in the very opening shot of the trailer. We see Billy Butcher staring himself down in a dirty bathroom mirror, and his eyes begin to light up. This confirms that this season will explore a similar plot in the source material, where the boys get a hold of Compound V and take it to level the playing field between them and the diabolical soups. Sweat beads up on his face. Vought has tested Compound V on children with mixed results, but not yet on adults. Butcher will likely face some side effects. There's another mirror shot of Homelander in his penthouse. In the room is a portrait of George Washington, along with several paintings of the Revolutionary War. Similarly, the Boys appears to be gearing up for an American versus British smackdown between Homelander and Butcher. Only now the roles are reversed, with Homelander representing the power of privilege and Butcher representing the common man. As Imagine Dragons warble, "Waiting till the Reaper takes my life," an image of Black Noir flashes on the screen, implying that he's a harbinger of death. Starlight clenches her fist during a Vought photo.
Could be a big
another
thing.
Parallel shot, we see Mother's Milk gripping the back of a chair tightly, eyes locked in a gaze at 2 prescription bottles sitting in front of him. Perhaps these pill bottles do contain Compound V, and that's why he's looking at them like he wants to chuck them in a garbage can.
It's an injection.
Although Compound V seems more like a drug that you'd inject than a drug that you can get prescription pills for. So maybe Mother's Milk is finally getting treatment for his OCD. Or these pills counteract the symptoms and side effects of taking Compound V.
Frenchie is at Vought's newest attraction, Rave Maeve's Inclusive Kingdom.
The capitalization of Maeve's sexuality was first introduced to us in the tie-in web series 7 on 7 with Cameron Coleman. A closet is filled with articles and files tracking Vought's soups. One reads, "Queenswoman killed in high-speed pursuit," obviously calling back to A-Train atomizing Huey's girlfriend. There's also clippings featuring several soups we've yet to encounter, all pointing to Payback. What's Payback, you ask? Well, aside from being the title of the very first episode, Payback is a secondary group of soups also created by Vought, who are basically a parody of the Avengers in the same way that the Seven is loosely based on the Justice League. Looks like we're finally seeing the Payback group this season. One article mentions a woman being paralyzed in a hostage rescue by Tech Knight, a Batman/Blue Beetle/Iron Man-esque sex pervert from the comics. There's also the Federal Bureau of Superhuman Affairs wanted posters for Europo, who's a spoof on Nightcrawler in the comics. The other big missable details in these articles point to Jensen Ackles' character Soldier Boy, a Captain America parody character who we'll get a closer look at later. In the comics, Soldier Boy is a legacy title held by 3 separate characters, with the modern Soldier Boy being a meek, insecure dude desperate for a spot on the Seven. This will be changed for the series, however, as Jensen's Soldier Boy will be the sole character sporting the moniker and is teased to be worse than Homelander. According to these newspapers,
I can't wait.
Or killed in action, perhaps explaining why we've yet
Jensen Ackles could do that too
in the series. Then there's a parody of the Kendall Jenner Pepsi ad where she solved see the prominent character appear in the series. Then there's a parody of the Kendall Jenner Pepsi ad where she solved racism by giving a cop a soda. Here with A-Train doing the same thing with a Turbo Pop. A pro-Homelander musical sequence is led by Supersonic, a reimagination of Drummer Boy from the comics. Supersonic used to be an old flame of Starlight when he was Drummer Boy. Apparently, he has a public drug problem, but he rebranded as Supersonic after rehab. While Ashley Bennett is banging the nerdy screenwriter of Dawn of the Seven in a bathroom stall, he accidentally pulls out a chunk of her hair. If you recall from last season, trichotillomania and stress causes her hair to fall out. Huey and Starlight smooch at the premiere of the Dawn of the Seven film. You can see Dawn on the poster behind them. Homelander pokes A-Train in the stomach and grabs grabs him by the neck to threaten him. He used a similar tactic on Starlight in Season 1. Congresswoman Newman stands in an alleyway and makes a man explode into tiny little people pieces. And holy Homelander, y'all, that is one mighty fine all-American dildo. I'm gonna bet that handmade models will be available on Etsy no later than this weekend. It's being proudly shown to Cameron Cole.
Oh my god, is it?
7 on
I gotta
7
check
and
Etsy.
basically the Tucker Carlson of the boys universe.
Yep.
Back at Brave Maeve's Inclusion Kingdom, we're introduced to the Crimson Countess.
Pure evil.
She's another member of Payback, a parody of Scarlet Witch, and has her pyrokinetic abilities, as well as
much weaker,
similar-looking red energy balls that she uses to absolutely obliterate whatever poor bastard was in that Homelander mascot costume. Damn, he was probably only making like $16 an hour. They did him dirty. Whether it's
probably
paying
a
off
cow.
credit cards, Kimiko snaps Huey's arm, and my guess is that she's either doing this to force him to take Compound V with the rest of the group, or to test and see if the Compound V he's already taken has worked. Next, we see some
I think it's
old-timey
the
footage
second.
of Soldier Boy in his prime, followed by the Deep watching some people get it on in the reflection of his pupil. He appears to be at some kind of an orgy. I'm sure that the cephalopod watching him get guts a few moments later is super jealous. Newman blows the jaw off some poor sucker in an alleyway in the next shot, and then we see Black Noir eating the most disgusting bowl of cereal I've ever seen at what looks like a Chuck E. Cheese-esque dining establishment, probably a Buster Beaver's pizza restaurant that was teased in 7 on 7. We later see Black Noir sketching its mascot. Maeve practices some sick sword moves, Soldier Boy gets his ass kicked by another soldier in khaki, and Starlight witnesses the most horrific thing I've ever seen: a human exploding out of another human's body. The sign says Lucky, but this dude is anything but. I mean, Marvel fans have been asking to see Ant-Man climb up a guy's butt since Thanos, but it looks like Payback's Termite will be the first to go where no shrinkable man has gone before. But
I think we saw him too. He in the first episode. He's the little guy. I think he's the little guy that ran into that girl's vagina.
Victor clutches a vial of Compound V in his hand, and then we see his eyes glow yellow once more in the next shot. But like 2 seconds later, he's vomiting up bright green sludge all up in Huey's mouth. Gross. I'm guessing that this is one of the less pleasant side effects of being shot up with super drugs. Homelander is apparently a huge hit with this world's right-winger characters. He's hosting the equivalent of a MAGA rally, and in the crowd you can see a man dressed like the Viking guy from the January 6th Capitol insurrection.
Oh, I would pay good money if Homelander tried to lead the damn assault on the Capitol and it still fucking failed. That would be, like, my everything. Please, boy. And I know the boys can do that. Please. Please.
After Homelander descends towards a crowd of people, in sharp contrast to when he went bonkers with his eye lasers and slaughtered a bunch of people last season,
was a
Ryan's
dream!
eyes glow red like Homelander's as he rips off some sort of necklace, perhaps one that his dad gave him, and Ashley rips
Billy.
out even more of her hair. A blonde woman, perhaps a young Mallory, is seen running through a battlefield that looks like it could have taken place at the same time as Soldier Boy was originally active. This might be a flashback scene explaining how the two know each other. In the next scene, A-Train is battling Blue Hawk, and appears to be calling him off attacking a room full of people of color. It would make sense to have another secretly racist superhero take the place of Stormfront this season, if she's still recovering from her injuries. Apparently, Homelander has replaced his weird milking fetish from regular old lady boobs to milking a cow. Eesh. Men will literally milk a cow instead of going to therapy. Next, there's a fun snippet of a song and dance scene performed by Kimiko and Frenchie. I don't know about you, but this kind of reminded me of that musical episode of Scrubs that took place inside the mind of a dying woman. Sequence that one or both of them is imagining. We see Soldier Boy in action again, once again shown in an old-timey vignette as he uses his shield to swat away bad guys, just like Captain America. As he fights, he seems to show little regard for the carnage, which could be why that little boy is screaming and covered in blood in the next shot. In the last shot of the trailer, we see Soldier Boy ripping off all of his medical equipment as he comes out of stasis. Whoa, we finally see a shot of Butcher's powers!
Now I know.
He launches Payback's gunpowder straight into the side of a van. Take that, you guns rights activist! Butcher only needs these guns to fight. Shortly after, he shoots yellow laser beams out of his eyes. I personally cannot wait to see Billy Butcher in action this season, and this trailer definitely has me hyped for more boys.
Yes,
Follow me on Instagram.
So that was The Boys Season 3 New Rockstars reaction. And I gotta say, yeah, it was very informative. Like, I found out, I know I was saying that at the end of my last video that I didn't know who Soldier Boy was, but I had somebody who come out of nowhere and who was a huge fan of Jensen Ackles and say, "Oh my God, that's Jensen Ackles! How did you not recognize him?" I'm like, "He had a beard." Never seen him with a beard before. But anyway, I now I know a lot more about what was going on, because I did have a couple of questions, but again, I've read the comics, and I know I have a pretty good gist about what's gonna happen in the show. And I mean, don't get me wrong, the actual show did surprise me with all the twists and turns it took, but I have a general gist, and I know at least a lot of who a lot of the characters are. But yeah, I didn't know it was that lady who was exploding heads, the AOC. I was talking about her in the last video too, the AOC knockoff. She or the lying AOC, whatever. Yeah, she's going around still exploding heads, but you can't even see her in the damn trailer. I don't even know how they did it, but I guess like the guy said, you got to stare at the screen for a really, really long time, and I can't do that. That'll hurt my eyes. But anyway, I will be doing The Boys when it comes out. Hopefully, if I get all this editing software down, and hopefully I'll have it done by then. And in addition to Obi-Wan Kenobi, so it's going to be a busy couple of weeks and months when that all comes out, and I'm all for it. I'm all for it. But anyway, this is That Sexy Nerd Reacts. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see y'all later.